Welcome to the 24-Hour Woman Show with Cheryl Liew-Chng.
Hello there, my name is Cheryl Liew-Chng, the creator of the 24-Hour Woman, where I help women professionals and entrepreneurs to thrive in their work and business and to live a vibrant life. As an award-winning coach and international best-selling author of The 24-Hour Woman, How High-Achieving Stressed Women Manage It All and Still Find Happiness, I've been blessed to have worked with more than 5,000 women from around the world. I want to welcome you to this particular episode where I'm going to be sharing with you how you can start the year right. This is the time of the year where we can pretty much have a clean slate, and that's what I want to be sharing with you. What are the 5 steps that you can do right now to make sure that you start the year right? Got quite an amount of information to be sharing with you, tools and tactics, and therefore I'm referring to this. First of all, let's do some housekeeping. As you reflect back last year, what was the best time that you have in last year? What was the best moments that you had last year? Think about that. And I want you to integrate that and put that as part of the memories, because those are wonderful memories that you can come back to draw strength from, to find joy in, and to be able to motivate yourself in this coming year. The second is to look at what was the lowest point in your year last year. What might have triggered that? How might it have been avoided? And finally, the last one is, what is your biggest regret about last year? And again, how could it have been avoided? What would you do differently than this year so that this doesn't come back as a regret? How's that to kickstart the 5 steps to get started right this year? So that's step number 1, and that's purely about housekeeping. I want us to just take stock of that, integrate that which is positive, and then to take note of the lessons we have learned, because the next step is that we're moving forward. As we move forward, what's the one goal, a must accomplish goal for this year for you? What is that? Write that down. And what are the other goals that you have? In the book, The 24-Hour Woman, I spoke about the different areas in our lives, the 7 different areas in our lives. What are your goals for these other areas in your life? And at different seasons, the goals for these 7 areas might be different. Write that down. And consider, as you break it down for each of these 7 goals into different smaller steps. And consider running a 90-day plan through each of these goals. If you don't know what the 90-day plan is about, go back and visit my video on designing your life, and download your 90-day calendar on the 24hourwoman.com/blog post for this particular blog. And finally, in the business of our lives, what is the one smallest thing that you can do so that you do make progress in these 7 areas of your life? Small little thing. Like for me, sometimes for health, I can't get to swim, or I can't do my runs. What do? I walk. I walk to get my groceries, I walk to the library, I don't know. But that helps me meet the goal of building my fitness and getting my health in better condition. Smallest thing that you can do for each of these areas. So that's about step 2, and that's about moving forward. Step number 3. Review your workplace. Yes, as working women, as professional working women, as women entrepreneurs, our workspace is probably the place that we spend a huge amount of time. So I want you to first of all look at slaying the clutter. I'm not sure about you, but I've, over time, last year, collected a fair amount of things that I think I do not need right now, and I've actually just cleared them. If there's something that you have not used for the last 6 months, there's a high possibility that you will not be using them. And using the 80-20 rule, perhaps you're only going to be using a fair bit of what you have, 20% of what you have, 80% of the time. So those should be accessible to you quickly, and not just the rest of things that's going to clutter up the area. I want you to assess and audit what assets do you have right now. in terms of the hard assets, in terms of your notebooks and things like that, but also in terms of your soft assets, your own competence, your own mastery area. And take a look at what are the new things that you might need to be getting so that you can reach your goals for the year, or what new training or development you need to be getting into so that you're very specific about what knowledge and skills you need to acquire, what networks you need to get into for your business and for your career development. Next, I want to look at another way of you slaying your documents overload. If you are like me, I love to keep hard copies, and many a times there are many files lying all over the place. But I'm learning, using Evernote, using Dropbox, using Google Plus. These are the various ways that we can actually be categorizing and filing our documents. I actually have a webcast that's coming up that's going to be talking about how can you look at productivity hacks through technology. So look out for that. The next one I have is clean up your emails. I love to give prizes to my students when they email me and say, Cheryl, I achieved 0 emails today. And I've always sent them a gift, because I think that is very important, because then there's clarity in your mind what needs to be deleted, what needs to be forwarded or outsourced, what you need to be responding to. That is a great practice to have. Next, reviewing your workspace. This is the time of the year you should be reviewing all your profiles out there that the world can see, and very often that will be your social media profiles on your LinkedIn, right? On your Facebook, on SlideShare, on Google Plus, all the social media platform where your profiles is being showcased. Update it, edit it, and truly let it work for you as a person of influence in this particular year. Finally, look back at last year and write a thank you note for each of the person that has helped you, assisted you in any way. That's part of your relationship building in this particular year. So that's step number 3, and that has to do with reviewing your workspace. Next, review your living space, because that's probably the other place that you spend a fair amount of time. And if I were to parachute into your living space, do I see you? Is that the authentic you that's there? If it's not, then edit and get rid of stuff that does not reflect you, because this is a place that is your own safe haven. This is a place that you come back to where you relax, where you are just being yourself, your goofy self sometimes. Sometimes like me, I just blast the music and I dance away. So let the living space work for you. Again, slay the clutter. I would say anything that has been lying there that you have not used, and that is the same for your cosmetic drawer, for your wardrobe, and for that matter for your kitchen. Things that you have not been using for the last 6 to 12 months, probably not use it again. And that the dress that's been hanging in the wardrobe that you have not worn for the year, think about it, whether you want to give it away, gift it if it is still new. Do not clutter. A cluttered space just makes choices so much more difficult. Next, take a look at what you do need to invest in your living area. What will make it a better living area for you? What will make it a more, a place that you truly want to come back to and you truly feel rested in? What would you want to invest in? And in that same token, in order to invest in, I'm not asking you to go out there and get stuff, but I also want you to take a look at what are your finances? How are you with your finances? Because that is going to play a huge role in terms of your lifestyle. And if you have, you need to sort that out, use a simple Excel or spreadsheet, or something that I've learned is the jars method, where you put your amount into the jars and then you sort that out for your day-to-day living, for your play, and for your investment, and for your savings, and different uses of that. Some of my students use the envelopes method, and that works too. There's going to be a post that's coming up on this, so look out for that. So that's number 4, and that is about reviewing your living space. Step number 5 of starting the year right is reviewing our mind space. Yes, over the time, over a period, we have stored many of things in our minds. Time to download them, write them out, so that there's space in your mind to be looking at new things, looking at new ideas, joining the dots. So ask yourself this year, what exactly do you want to see and hear? Be in that perspective so that you're really focusing on developing opportunities, seeking out environments and building environments of what you want to be seeing and what you'll be hearing. With that in mind, it will be very clear to you what you need to be pruning off. Next is go deep within you in your mind. What is it that you need to be letting go? What are some of the beliefs that you have? What are some of the assumptions? What are some of the hard thoughts about people, about things, about yourself that you need to be letting go so that this year is your best year yet? I know this 5 steps sounds, in broad headings is easy, but there's so many sub-steps to it. And that's a ton of information I've given you. I'm going to make it easy. I just want you to comment on what is the one thing that you will start with in this particular video below, or post in the video below, or come on over to the 24hourwoman.com/blog where this particular blog is going to be posted. Share with me what is the one thing that you're going to get started with. If you have, if you like this particular episode, then subscribe. More of this good stuff coming your way on increasing your clarity, your energy, your courage, your productivity, and your influence so that you can truly thrive in your career, in your business, and to live a vibrant, happy, and fulfilled life. My name is Cheryl Liew-Chng, the creator of the 24-Hour Woman. Until the next episode, I want to wish you a life that's most excellent.